and welcome back to Dragon Island. As you can see, my island is a dump. And also, so was I, because I haven't played for a little while. We won't talk about how long, but it's been a while. Since the last video, which has probably only just been posted, I made a mistake of thinking, well, I'll try and work my way through some of the days to catch up. Oh dear me, look at this. Some of the days to catch up time-wise, so that you guys didn't have to sit through all of that. But unfortunately, that just made me burn out really quickly, and then I didn't want to look at Animal Crossing even for a second for a bit, because it was just like grinding rather than actually playing. But I'm back now. Oh, this probably means we've got cockroaches in the house. We'll deal with those in a minute. And it's winter. It's actually December 29th today, but I've taken it back to December 11th because I thought we'd start with a little bit of snow. And Isabel has just told me that it is winter now and that there are decorations at resident services, and that we can, well, she says we can push two snowballs together to make a snowboy. I am terrible at that, so whether we actually can or not, we shall see. But we can give that a go today. And I also want to discuss which villagers are on the Dreamy List that I think should be on the Dreamy List, and get your input on some other ones, because there aren't enough to fill 10 spaces of what I would like, so I'd like some suggestions from you guys as well. But first of all, I'm going to show you what's going on with the island. It is a mess. I have been, through all my grinding, getting a lot of items and placing them around quite a bit, and then running out of storage continually. So I've got a lot of things strewn about on the beach and round by the house, probably inside the house. And oh, there's a balloon. There is a balloon right here. Balloons have been kind of terrible, just giving me little bits of clay, and I don't even know if I can make this drop anywhere that doesn't have a bunch of stuff on the floor. Let's try and pick some things up. Oh no. Right, okay, this should work. Okay, what did we get? We got frozen floor tiles, which not really useful outside, but pretty inside the house. Yeah, they look alright. I don't think I've had that before. So yeah, let's continue with this tour around the mess of my island. Please ignore all of the chaos everywhere. Storage, Tom Nook doesn't care. Tom Nook just wants like millions and millions of bells. And I've upgraded my house a couple of times. I'm very close to upgrading it again, so we can actually do that today, so you guys can see that happen. The snowflakes to catch. I have so many clothes that I don't think I'll ever wear. I don't know why I bought them. I haven't done a lot with landscaping because I want to do that with you guys, but I've planted some fruit trees. Hi Tex. Ah. Oh, hi Pashmina. Oh, another reaction. Speaking of bones, did you know we settled on top of an ancient burial ground? That's an amazing fact. Thank you so much. This is a mystical island, and now we've got a burial ground here. Wow. Dino ghosts. Hashmina, the lore of Dragon Island is growing. Okay, so we've got a new reaction. And yeah, and so I've been planting a lot of flowers and also some trees, because I got some fruit from a villager who came to my house and did not want to leave. And then I also got some fruit from from the mum letter in the mail. So I've got the cherries, the oranges, and I think the other one, I can't remember where the other one is. But yeah, I've been growing flowers to try and get some hybrids. I've been planting money trees to get some money. Oh, peaches, there's the other one, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, because a friend of mine said that he'd like to do a fruit swap, and he could still come and have some fruit from my island, but I can't steal peaches from his now, so I'll have to see if I can trade it for something else. I got things from Leaf to plant some vegetables, which have all grown in, and I don't know what to do with because I can't cook yet for some reason. A purple one. A purple one. Okay, so I'll move that later. And then this side of the island are even more hybrids. Got some blue ones. I'm trying really hard to get the purple ones. I can't remember how. I'm sort of just doing it, winging it really, and seeing what pops up. And then I got orange roses, orange lilies, and the pink ones, and the orange hydrangeas, and some pink tulips. Ooh, today is a Sunday apparently in game. Do I want turnips? No, because we're going to time travel, so I'll forget that they exist. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've done. Haven't really done anything else, just planting a bunch of flowers and popping a bunch of items all around the island. So I think the plan is, let's set the house to upgrade and Artex. Now let's set the house to upgrade. I'm going to come over here so he's not too loud. And then maybe we'll try and make a snowman, a snowboy, and maybe fail because that's likely. And then we'll discuss the Dreamies. So loan payment, I'm going to have to pay some from savings. So let's take out like 8,000 from that. And then we can get some money trees afterwards because there's a bunch outside. Pay from pockets. Full amount. Take all my money, Tom. Yay, I finished paying off my home loan. And you know what's better than paying off a home loan? Tom will tell me. A new home loan. Tom, you know they were motivated by a desire for expansion because you give me such limited storage. Sure, that's a lot. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to have a go at making a snowboy, but I might as well talk about the villagers that I think we should have as Dreamies. I think I saw one snowball over here, so we'll try and get that first. So snowman making. I think I'm going to show some video right here. What I did is I rolled and rolled and rolled both of the snowballs all around. One of them had the beetle on it, which I was very excited about because I haven't caught one of those before. So again, we could go and terrify Blathers. But yeah, we rolled the snowballs all around to make them as big as they could get. And I don't know if this is the best way to do a snowboy, but it's the way that I seem to have most effect with. So yeah, rolled them and then they're both as big as they can be. And you can see here I've got one at this end, and then I placed down 10 tiles of custom designs, because when a snowball rolls over the top of a custom design, it loses some of its snowball size. And a snowboy has to be the head 10% less than the body. So if we rolled them both to 100%, and then we roll the face part or the head part over 10 of these, that should remove 10%. Theoretically. And everyone else seems to have good success with this, and I never do. But we shall see today. The first one I think doesn't seem to care, but I think it's good practice, so let's give it a go and see if we can make a snowboy. Yeah, nice to meet you too, snowboy. Oh, I was eager to meet you even when I was still just a million little flakes. Nice work rolling me up, bud. Oh, so going to use a DIY recipe. And then all the snowboys after today are really mean and horrible and don't give you anything unless it's like perfectly perfect, wonderful snowboy. And I never do them that way, so I never have the DIYs. I can't believe this is your first time making me. I mean, just look at me. I'm perfect. Okay, so we did actually get a perfect one this time. So I think this method works. It just doesn't seem to be working 100% of the time for me before. So, well, I don't even think I'm going to make another snowboy this year. We'll see. So we got the recipe that is really, I won't say cool. I'm going to say cool. Why not? Which is the frozen tree That would be really nice to put around. And we also got a giant snowflake, which is also good. Now, I kind of interrupted myself by doing this snowboy. I was talking about the villager Dreamies before this, but then decided to do a snowboy instead. So I'm sorry if the snowboy was a little bit abrupt in the video, but I'm going to go back now and start again from the beginning about the villager Dreamies that I wanted, or that we want to get. And I'm going to put that over the top of some background footage rather than trying to think and walk at the same time, because that was not working out so well for me. Okay, so in the Dreamies, and these are in alphabetical order because the list I pulled up had the villagers in alphabetical order. But yeah, so I think Anka would be really good because she's like a cat Egyptian queen goddess. And I know that's not mythical because it's historical, that the Egyptians worshipped cats. But I think, goddesses kind of fall into the mythology, mystical, magical kind of realm of things. And she's really cool. I like that she has a pyramid as a house inside. So, yeah, I think that would be really neat to have her on the island. And then second is Drago, who I don't really want, but he is a dragon, and it is Dragon Island, and he's the only dragon. So I think we kind of got to have him. I don't know what his house is like, but I don't like his design, but he can just be on the island. It's okay. One iffy one is okay. Next we have Julian, who is a unicorn, and I know he's sought after by a lot of people because he looks really cool and his house is very pretty. It's very astrology and astronomy items in there, but people can't find him very often, so hopefully we get to. He might be one of the harder ones to get. I think he's a bit more rare, but he would be good to have on the island. And then next I've got Lucky, who is a dog villager but is all bandaged up, so like a mummy, and I thought he would be really fun to have next to Anka's house, like a little Egypt area. And if we can get some of the items from Gulliver and Gullivar, then we could do like a proper Egyptian, maybe even magical area there for them. Then there is Phoebe, who is a phoenix, and that's, speaks for itself. Phoenixes are a mystical creature, and her design is also very nice looking. I haven't seen her house, but she looks good. And then Shino, who I love. I love everything about Shino's design. I think a lot of people do. I think she's some kind of demon-y creature, but whatever she is, she's just adorable. I love her colorings. I love the red tipped horns, and she's got like little tiny fangs. Like everything about her is just so adorable. I need her on the island. So that's it for the actual mystical, magical, mythological villagers, and that's 6. So we would still need 4 more. So I also have some maybes. The first is Hans, who is a Yeti. So he technically should be on the Dreamy List, but I don't like the gorilla villagers. So I'm not sure about him, but he's there as kind of like, if we see him, maybe we'll get him because he does fit the profile of mystical, magical, mythological. And I've not had him on an island. As far as the gorillas go, he doesn't seem as weird looking as some of the other ones, so maybe he'll be okay. And then the next one is Prince, who is, based on the story of the prince being turned into a frog. So his costume, his look is like there's a man inside of a frog, and it creeps me out. So even though he fits, I'm not having it. He is mystical and mythological because of it coming from the fairy tale, but no. And then the third one on the maybes is Qiancheng, who is based on the protagonist from a Chinese novel called Journey to the West. I've never read the novel. I don't know much more than that, but I think he has a really interesting design, and the fact that he's based on a novel, like there's a backstory to him, that maybe that could be interesting to have him on the island. He's also a jock, and from the list we have so far, there isn't a jock on there, and I'd kind of like to fill all the different personality roles, so he would tick that box as well. I don't know if any of you have had Qiancheng or Hans on your island. Like, what do you think of either of them? But even if we take Hans and Qiancheng, that would still give us 8, not 10. So there'd still be 2 spaces left. And I have like a list of possibilities, but I'm very open to suggestions. So I'd love to hear what you guys think and who you think we should have on the island to fill either those 2 empty spots or 4 if you think that Hans and Tiansheng should just be scrapped and put somebody else in instead. But we have, well, I have on this list, there are the robot villagers. So there's like Cephalobot, Ribbot and Sprocket, who again, not mystical, magical or mythological, but they're very interesting designs and a little bit different than normal, so unusual in that aspect. And I've not interacted with any of them, so I don't know what they're like. There's Camo Frog, who is a cranky villager, and he's kind of the only cranky villager that I like. But he's also the only cranky villager I've had on my island so far, and I went for him specifically because I liked his design. And he's a little bit unusual, the fact that he's camouflage. But I'm open to suggestions on a cranky one if there's somebody else you think is better fit. Then we've got Filbert because, I mean, his house is adorable. It's got stars and all sorts, and he's a very fun-looking villager. And Poppy because she is so cute and her house is so cozy. But she doesn't fit the vibe of the island, but I just love her. And then maybe Savannah. Again, she's not necessarily mythological, magical, mystical, but she is a zebra pattern, which is a bit different because all the other horses are like, you know, horses, donkeys, ponies, and then she's actually a zebra. So I kind of like that she's unique in that aspect. And she's a normal personality type, and we don't have one of those, so she would fit that role as well. And then last is a bit of a wild card, and I'm not even sure myself about this one, is Pietro, who I've never really liked because the design is a little bit creepy. But I watch some videos on YouTube from a channel called Denzel, who does Animal Crossing animated shorts that are fantastic. If you haven't seen them, watch them. It's like the dark side of Animal Crossing. But Pietro was featured in one of those. Well, a couple, but one specifically. And it completely changed how I feel about Pietro. Before I was like, oh no, creepy. And then I watched this, I was like, oh no, precious, must protect. So if you want to check out those videos, I will link to Denzel's channel, and there's the playlist for those videos down below, because it's a really fun story. And I'm still waiting for the final part of the finale to be released. It takes a long time for them to be done, but that should be coming soon, and it's going to be epic, I'm sure. But yeah, so Pietro is like the wild card, who I don't know. I don't really want him, but I also changed my mind about him. So I don't know. He's on the list somehow. So what do you guys think? We've got the 6 that I definitely want, then the 2 that are maybes, and then another 2 that are maybe maybes, and then a bunch that are like, do we want them? But I'm also very, very open to suggestions from you, because there's probably, well, there are a lot of villagers that I've never interacted with or don't even know that they exist. So if you would like to give suggestions and ideas, I would love for that to happen, and then we can figure out who to put on Dragon. And obviously if there's anyone that comes on and we decide, oh, actually that's not working out, we can just kick them out and find somebody else later. So yeah, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. We've talked about the Dreamies that I want on the island, and hopefully you guys can give me some suggestions of who else you would like to see on here that either fits the theme or is, you know, unusual, unique, or even just a cool villager that you think would have fun on Dragon. And we can start doing some Dreamy hunts. So yeah, let me know, and thank you for joining me, and I hope you had fun. I'll see you next time. Bye! Don't mind me, Pashmina. That's fine.